Here's what we do, okay? We take pain and we put painful emotions on things you're doing wrong because you stop doing it. Does that make sense? And then we reward you for doing the right actions. Does that make sense? So then what we do is we start rewiring your brain to essentially feel positive emotions with taking the right actions with the game. And so you'll feel like stress hormone and like cortisol and all this shit with taking the wrong actions. So by default, your game autocorrects. This is actually where a lot of coaches really fuck up. They don't know how to do this. And then you don't have permanent lasting change. Our goal here is that you leave and you have permanent lasting change. Does that make sense? Or if I don't, you just have to keep going back to do boot camp. Make sense? Now, I've had clients do like 5 fucking boot camps with me. They'll get great results, don't get me wrong, right? But think about this. Would you rather come to a second boot camp because you want to or because you have to? It's because you want to, not because you fucking have to, right? Make sense? Like I had a client who did a boot camp. He didn't get laid, so he didn't pay for me like a lot of money for one-on-one coaching. He fucked like 4 girls in like 2 days. It's fucking insane. So he was like blown away, so he came back for more coaching, right? Does it make sense? So he did it because he wanted to. But at first, it was because he had to, right? And then he got results, and then he came back because he wanted to. Does that make sense? It's so much better to just like get the results and then like want to further your learning, further your training. Does it make sense to you? Especially when, because like I'm telling you right now, bro, if you're fucking doing this with me, with girls, you are absolutely doing this in your career. What do you do for work?
I used to do project analyst.
Project analyst, okay. So that's what you do for work?
Sorry?
What do you do for work now?
Oh, so like now I'm like my contract ended.
Okay,
So, like,
so you're not even working right now.
No.
Let me ask you guys a question. Is it a surprise his contract ended, he doesn't have a new job position? Is this a surprise to you? If you lack the communication skills to effectively communicate with women, you lack the communication skills to communicate effectively with me when you're talking to me, right? Like, imagine this. When I'm talking, this is such an interesting concept. Check this out. If I'm talking to you, do you notice I smile a lot? Do you know why? It's because your energy is very light and because you're smiling. Isn't that so crazy? So I could talk to you forever. Clint, the other day, what time was I talking to you on the couch until? Do you remember? Dude, it was 9 a.m. Me and Clint were talking on the couch until 9 a.m. From like 5 a.m. till 9 a.m. Me and Clint were just talking, vibing, going back and forth, right? Because our energy was feeding each other. Because we're both feeling so much positive energy within ourselves. Does that make sense? Full self-love, right? Because you're not feeling that, when I talk to you, it's heavy and it makes me like want to look away, not want to talk to you. Does that make sense?
It does.
Have you done a lot of interviews, trying to interview for a new job position?
Yes, I have.
And have anyone called you back?
No.
Do you guys see what I'm saying? Do you guys see what I'm saying? Do you guys actually see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why do you think that's happening? Dude, this is like so fucking linear. It's so crazy. Do you logically see what I'm saying? Your contract ended. They didn't renew your contract. Let me ask a question. Are you good at your job? Would you say you're pretty good at your job?
Yes, I would say.
You're at least average, or would it make logical sense?
Better average.
So you're better than average. So would it make logical sense for these companies to renew your contract or to hire you? Yes or no?
Yes.
So then why do you think they're not hiring you? Why do you think you're not landing new contracts? Why do you think you're not landing new jobs?
Maybe the way I presented myself.
The way you present yourself. The way you carry yourself. Let me ask you a question. When you're in the job interview, are you stiffing up? Are you tensing up? Are you rubbing your face? Are you freezing up? Sometimes, or you're probably doing it all the time without realizing it subconsciously.
I wouldn't cross my arm.
Okay. Do you think you're doing it more often than not? Or do you think you're pretty much not doing it at all? Or do you think it's pretty obvious that these guys look at you and they're like, okay, this guy's not confident in himself?
Probably that one.
Absolutely. Do you guys know your subconscious brain is in control of 90% of your actions? This is reality. This is scientifically proven, okay? Let me ask you a question. If you gotta take a shit, is it your logical brain in control of that, or is your subconscious brain in control of that? Absolutely. If you're fucking horny, is your logical brain in control of that, or is your subconscious brain in control of that? If you take your girl home, you can't get your dick hard. Is your logical brain in control of that, or your subconscious brain in control of that?
That's subconscious. Yeah.
No, dude, your subconscious brain's in control of that shit, dude. Do you understand? Okay? Your subconscious brain is in control of 90% of your actions. If you're hungry, if you're tired, if you're sleepy, if you're horny, if you're, like not feeling good, if you're feeling great, your subconscious brain is in control of 90% of your thoughts, your behaviors, and your actions. Do you understand that? So what's happening is because you haven't fixed what's going on in your subconscious, to work on your inner game, or manually fixing these behaviors, which is really fucking hard to do, right? Subconsciously, you're rejecting yourself from these job interviews, even though you're fucking qualified for the job. Does that make sense? So if you're stuck at a low income, if you're stuck making under 6 figures, it's really because of your communication skills. You actually have better communication skills than all the other guys here. Do you logically realize that? And you make over 6 figures, correct? And I don't think it's surprising you fucked about twice as many girls. Isn't that so interesting? Do you guys think it's really interesting? Is this very interesting? Clint's fucking real estate millionaire, right? He's had a crazy journey, but he's fucking 1,000 chicks. I truly believe there is a correlation with having a lot of sexual experience with women and having a higher income. Would you guys, to a certain degree, agree?
Yes.
Don't you see a lot of guys who fucked a lot of chicks and they also tend to make a lot of money?
Yeah.
Correct? Isn't that so strange how that works? I see it all the time. Okay? So, would you agree that if you fix the game stuff, you'll probably make more money as well?
Definitely. I see a correlation.
Absolutely, there's a fucking correlation. Right? Again, if you're doing it with me, doing it with girls, you're definitely doing your career and doing it. I brought it up to you. And I didn't realize you weren't working right now or whatever, right? And you just proved my fucking point. Right? So when I say uncross your fucking arms, uncross your fucking arms, motherfucker, do not rationalize or stay broke. Do you want to stay broke?
No.
Do you want to stay broke for the rest of your life?
I don't.
Okay? Because, dude, 100K a year is barely enough to even live in Toronto. So if you're making under 100K, dude, it's fucking, broke shit, dude. Seriously. If you're making under 100K in Toronto, dude, you know the average house price here is, it's $1.3 million. So in order to qualify for a house with the mortgage, you need to make, literally $250,000. Isn't that insane? So you're making under $250,000. You cannot, if you're making $250,000 in Toronto, you're in the top, I think 5% or something like that, right? I'm not sure the exact numbers, but it's something like that. It's top 5%, okay? That means you have to be in the top 5% to afford a fucking home in Toronto. You have the top 5% of income to afford a home in Toronto to qualify for a fucking mortgage, right? Well, how the fuck are you supposed to get there if you can't even interview properly by learning effective social skills and communication skills? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because, dude, from the time I was 18, I remember when I was 18 years old, I beat out 2,000 people for a fucking job working with the government, okay? Just because I was learning game for a year. It was a phone interview, so I was able to talk very confidently, even though I wasn't that confident. I had no idea what the fuck this job was about, what the fuck I was doing. You know what I'm saying? It was working with the Ministry of Transportation. I was a business student. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? It's like an engineering job, right? It doesn't make any sense, right? But they hired me as a business intern, right? And I quit after 2 weeks. I'm like, this fucking boring as shit, right? But the whole point is I was able to land that position just through confidence alone. Does that make sense? I could probably land a job paying 6 figures in your fucking field of work, and I have no idea what the fuck you do. I guarantee if they put me in a job interview, I guarantee I could sell myself and fucking land the job. Guaranteed. Just from how confident I am. Does that make sense?
I can see that.
Because here's the thing. If you didn't think you could do it, you wouldn't even try. You know what I'm saying? Right before boot camp today, I was looking in the mirror. I was thinking, I could, because I always tell myself I probably could become a billionaire if I wanted to, but I'd probably just happy making $100 to $500 million, be like a centimillionaire, right? But I thought about it, I'm like, wait a second. That's actually limiting belief, because if you don't think that you could be a billionaire, you wouldn't even try, and then you're limited in the capability. Does that make sense? So I think at some point in the future, I'm not saying anytime soon, I'm not saying the next 5 years or 10 years, maybe 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, I could go on at some point in my lifetime to become a billionaire, right? This is a realization I have today. And I need to, in order to get there, if I want to, I need to believe that I can do it. Otherwise, I wouldn't even fucking try. Does that make sense to you? And it's the same thing with landing a job in a job interview. It's the same thing with talking to a fucking chick. Does that make sense? Half of it is you just have to be able to believe that you can go get that girl. You have to be able to see that chick and be like, fuck, I'm gonna go get the chick. And because you believe it, it creates what's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. Everyone say it with me, self-fulfilling prophecy.
Selffulfilling prophecy.
You walk up to the girl and you come off so fucking confident and so fucking entitled, as if you talked to 100 girls like her before. They end up getting her anyway. Because she's like, whoa, wow, this guy's so entitled to talking to her like me. He probably knows what he's talking about. Well, maybe I should just submit to him because he has big G energy. Does that make sense to you guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you understand how self-confidence becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy and it becomes almost like a flywheel effect? that logically make sense to you guys?
Yes.
Isn't that kind of fucking crazy when you think about that? And then is that naturally going to come off in your body language? Is it naturally going to come off in your facial expressions? Did you guys notice when I even brought that up to you guys, all of a sudden you guys all started sitting up straight, started feeling more confident? Isn't that so crazy? So you just got to almost like think, almost like treat it like you're in a fucking game, or like you're in the Matrix and you're Neo in the Matrix, right? And if you jump off the building, you imagine you can fly, you will fucking fly, right? I have a video of this when I was like 18 years old, 19 years old, where like, dude, it's crazy. Like I'm at a club, I have a video of this one from when I was 19. I'm like, watch this. I'm gonna walk up to girls, think I can make out with them, so I do. So I walk up to chicks, and because I believe we're gonna make out, I would walk up to girls, say nothing, just stare in their eyes, be like, what's up? We start making out. It's fucking insane. I remember I had a night where we're at a rave, we had like 50 chicks that night. It was fucking insane, right? But because I believed it was possible, I was able to do it. Does that make sense? I do this with business sometimes, dude. Like, from the time I was like 22 years old, I'd wake up and be like, I'm gonna make 10 G's today. And like, I'd tell people that, and they're like, you're crazy. Wake up and do it. Or I'll be like, I'm gonna make 100 grand this week. I just fucking go do it. Does that make sense to you? But let's say I was like, hey, I'm gonna make 100 grand this week. And someone's like, well, that's impossible. I'm like, oh, maybe you're right. Do you think I would try? Do you think I'd have that same confidence to do it?
No.
Does that make sense to you? So you gotta believe it's fucking possible in the first place. You gotta believe there's a possibility to actually be able to do it, and then you'll be able to do it. Okay? It's fucking crazy shit. This is like this is like real empowerment, dude. I want masculine empowerment, here it is. Okay? Believing that this is possible. Because I'm telling you, it is possible, dude. I've made 100 grand in a week. I've had days where I made 100 grand in a day. Okay? Such a mind fuck, right?
Gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. My name is Justin Marc, international dating coach, relationship expert, and VIP lifestyle development coach. I've been teaching dating, soul skills, and Daygame for 10 years in 50 plus countries, 6 continents, to thousands of guys in person just like you. And I love teaching guys this stuff. So if you like this video, please make sure to do me a favor and leave a thumbs up on this video. I really do appreciate that. Now, if you want to follow me more closely, you can go ahead and follow me on my new Instagram, DrunkJustin2, and watch my daily Instagram stories where I'm always partnering with hot girls, doing exclusive events, crazy shit on my daily Instagram stories. Make sure to follow me there. You can see me traveling around the world in real time, doing amazing things, and teaching guys like you in person every day on my Instagram. And you can message me on my Instagram as well. So go ahead and follow me on Instagram and message me there. And if you want to actually call me, you can call me at justinmarc.com. We'll do free consultation calls. You can actually call me and we'll do a free discovery call where we can get you on the right action plan to change your dating life and your social life at justinmarc.com. And if you guys want to dig deeper and watch more of our more exclusive content, go to wingmanpodcast.com and watch our Wingman podcast on Spotify, Apple, and all platforms. And we'll see you guys very soon in a new video. My name is Justin Marc, and I'll talk to you very soon. Peace out.